getting their Russian railroad going up. And trying to increase their little industrial capacity and their transport capacity, which is kind of cool. I wonder if I can see if I can continue to influence it. Can I bring them to alliance? No, I cannot. It's not like they're at war anymore, which is cool. And Germany and Russia still has a non-aggression pact, which, you know, that I guess never changed. It's one of those things that never changed. And Russia had further stabilization, if I can get the word out. Of course, they're, you know, still fighting the Soviet Union, so I guess, yeah, Soviet Russia, of course, not the Soviet Union, but Soviet Russia, and they're doing pretty well for themselves. I mean, I thought the war was over, but I just didn't really notice how small the Soviet Russia was. So my mistake on that. And here it is. Versus Soviet Russia. So I kind of missed that. So oh well. My apologies. And so the Soviet Russia is just streaking ever so more. Still. And it's not like anybody can get to Leningrad. They're still scared of the level 2 forts and level 5 coastal forts. So, and the level 3 anti-air guns, of course. But you know, I'm sure they have their reasons. Let's see. Actually, let's see here. Open negotiations. Let's see. What do I need? I need some price. I think that'll work. Here we go. And Russia concluded a diplomatic deal with us. So sorry about that little silence there. I'm just trying to, you know, get it right. So now I sold them 2 of my tactical bombers. For some oil, some rare materials. So, it's nice to have that little diplomatic deal go on. So now Russia has somewhat of an air force, at least an air bomber group to work with. Alright, so now you got the Don Kuban pretty much coming up and supporting Russia, even though you do have some up here in Finland. And sometimes when you conclude diplomatic deals, you do increase relations between the 2 countries. That's always nice to have. Let's see what's going on with the Qin Empire. A lot, apparently. I'm kind of impressed. So the Qin Empire is really, you know, trying to push for more. Or they were. Okay, maybe I'm not so quite impressed. So they're getting pushed back. And as expected, of course. It's not like Qin Empire really had much of a military chance. But I guess it was worth the effort, I guess. Got some infantry there, they got some infantry there, they got some infantry. One infantry up there, and a couple militia. And there's an infantry coming down. So it's just a struggle on who wants to unite China first. Oh man. So now the pretty much the German puppet in China is now trying to get involved, and they are going after the Unan clique. I think I said that right. I think I believe I said it right. I'm not sure. I'm sure someone's going to say it. Come and say it. Anyway. I'm I'm not going to pronounce this, so screw it. I'm going to just call him German puppet of China. That works, right? Alright, so, pretty rough start for them. I mean, looks like Unan is just, you know, steamroll over them in the first phase of their conflict. But looks like the German puppet of China is, you know, they're doing pretty well in the northern part of their province, but not so well in the southern part. But things can change, of course. You get the legation cities here, and wow. Now it's just a full Chinese civil war. Oh, I lose my puppet. I mean, I lose my ally. I'm sad. No, I guess it was your choice. Highly unfortunate. But they do have... Nope. Surprisingly enough, they're not... The belligerence is not high enough. I don't think I have democracy's declared war. Then again, am I really a democracy? From an authoritarian democrat. No, I'm a dictatorship. Which is kind of interesting. Alright, whatever. Alright, so you can see here, you know, they're still pushing along. They're really gaining some ground in the northern parts, while they're actually maintaining it in the south now. After a little rough start in the south. And so here's what they need. They pretty much need almost every province in the region. Oh wow! But I'm sure they can do it because they do have a higher quality military. And thank you for actually telling me that. And fucking Hassan is one of the leaders for the German puppet of China. And that's kind of historically accurate in a way. I mean, he did train the nationalist Chinese troops for a while, especially against the Japanese. But once that broke out, Germany pretty much recalled him. I think he participated in a lot of other invasions for Germany. Let's see what we can do. Let's do there. Let's do there. And you can see that, you know, the United States military is all lining up on the Canadian-U.S. border. Looks like about to invade. And now we're negative 50 with them. Now negative 47. And Frank Knox is pretty much the leader. And they pretty much went back to being a back to a democracy. Sorry, folks. I can't get my words out right. Alright, so... Oh man, I should edit that out. Whoa! What's going on here? Demand Ramadi province from the Swiss and Geneva and the Swiss French. The Swiss Confederation went with the accepted. Oh wow, so they gave up a territory of theirs, which is Geneva. Wow. And Germany had the Swiss cave in, so that's not going to be good for Germany and relation between coming France and Germany right there. Oh, this is going to be interesting, folks. I think a war might break out between Germany and France soon. Or the coming of France, I should say, since we do have France is here. I want to see if the Union of Britain does jump into war with on the side of communist France. Most likely, Union of Britain will send troops to support communist France against a German invasion or something like that. I could easily invade the Union of Britain. I mean, technically, I could still invade them easily now, but let's see. There's a cheap way going by it. Oh, well, there used to be a cheap way going by it. As you can see right here in Cardiff, a lot of the times in the vanilla version, they would never garrison this province. It was always open, so you could always get, if you had access to Ireland, get military access with Ireland and just send paratroopers down. And then you just send your troops to Cardiff and you pretty much just explode right into Britain. That was always something I would do. It was fun. But you can do it with pretty much these problems. In Inverness, even Stornoway, so you can do that with that little island, but I don't think I'm not sure if you can cross the waters. I'm sure you could. So, that's always Scapa Flow. Nah, I already have an infantry division there. So, it's always nice to, that's the usefulness of using paratroopers, is to invade those little islands, those little empty provinces with ports, so you can actually send your troops on the ships and onto and just pretty much explode out of those provinces. So that's always a nice little tip for you guys. Let's see. Second, transports. Have airborne? Not yet. I'm still waiting on my basic infantry division to be done. Alright, so let's get some... Uh-oh, what's going on now? Has someone been released? It's taken a while, so I'm sure someone's got released. Ah, the Republic of China. Uh-oh. What happened with that? Let's see what's going on here. What is the Republic? Ah, there's a Republic in China. And those 2 and 3 provinces. And they're going to